Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, and today we are hosting a one of a kind project, TextRP, with their founder, Will Moreno. How you doing today, Will?
I'm doing great, Tate. Thanks for having me here, and I'd love to talk about the project. Yeah, let's do this.
Super excited to dive into things, and I'd love to start off with, if you don't mind me asking, just a brief overview of yourself and TextRP.
Sure. As far as myself goes, my background is in electronics engineering technology. For the past well over 10 years, I've been involved in the field of virtual training simulations for the Defense Department. Prior to that, I served just over 10 years in the military in the field of telecommunications.
Nice.
And TextRP has something to do with that. I've always loved the idea of connecting people, especially those who have problems connecting. It's a real passion of mine. But yeah, I've been in the crypto space for, I'd say, since about 2019. And I started building the TextRP prototype app 2022. And I did it to address a few problems that I've been experiencing myself and found that it's a problem among many people who are like myself, who adopt technology, who love connecting with people, who are forward looking and thinking of what's to come and what's coming with this decentralized movement. And I just really want to be a part of it. If you want to go into the problems that we're addressing, yeah, there's two main ones come to mind. And the first one is like this paradox that we find ourselves in. We live, on the one hand, in a world where we have so much connectivity. We can connect with someone across town and we can connect with someone across the world with a simple app. But on the other hand, we find ourselves with just a multitude of apps on our phones and our computers. Our communications have become fragmented in ways. And I'll give you an example. For example, I received a very heartfelt message from my grandmother via Facebook Messenger. Now, it's not an app that I normally use on a day to day basis.
Sure.
So it really broke my heart when I found that it had been weeks that she had sent me a message. It was very heartfelt, but I hadn't even spotted it. In another occasion, I received a message via LinkedIn messaging, and it was for an important meeting where I could have come out of it very prosperous. But I missed out on that because, again, it's not a message that I find myself in daily. And so TextRP is an app that addresses that problem. We use a protocol called the Matrix Open Standard to unify all your favorite messages into one consolidated inbox. No more flipping through apps just to get to the message that you're looking for. Which message was it last week? Which app was it in? Was it on Discord? Was it on Twitter? No more of that. One inbox to rule them all. So we have that aspect. And you might be asking yourself right about now, Tate, okay, what does this have to do with blockchain, with crypto? And that's the second problem that we address. On the one hand, we are solving the problem of app overload. And you can imagine that's a pretty universal problem. It's not just in the crypto space, but among many communities that share different communications channels.
Yeah.
So the second problem that we're addressing, and it's one that's dear to me as a person who holds crypto and has been excited about the prospect of crypto in the coming years, and that is, I guess, in the space you could generalize people in two camps. One is the speculative camp that are holding coins or some kind of token or asset and expecting the value to go up, and then on the other camp you have those who are like building and focused on utility. But those really are intertwined. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And with specifics to the XRP ledger, I don't feel, it's my opinion, that we should be relying on one company to drive utility of this network. And so I looked around and I saw that there were a lot of gaps in the space, a lot of gaps in communication, whether it's the app overload that we were discussing earlier. One that I've found some people, especially crypto projects, token projects, NFT projects, sometimes they have to reach out to their holders, their community, but their community, not everyone is in the same space. We solve the second problem of that gap and also of driving new utility to the ledger. because that's what I want as an XRP holder. I want utility
Yeah.
so that my bags can increase.
Addition.
Yeah, and again, we're not depending on one company. We shouldn't. So what I've developed is a three-tiered approach to leverage the XRP ledger, which really bridges that gap between Web 2 messaging and Web 3. And so it's really exciting. The first way we leverage the XRP ledger is by using it as an identity management system. It's a public utility out there, so we're going to use it as such. So what this allows any user to do is to use their XRP address as their login. That is their identity on the ledger. And this enables users to be able to contact any XRP ledger. So in essence, what we're doing is we are superimposing a whole new utility to the XRP ledger, and that's communications. And this is not just your average text-based communications. We're talking about emojis, formatted text,
Yeah.
video chat, video conference
Everything
chats,
just
all.
like iMessages.
Exactly. We're in the 21st century. This is where we are now, and this is what we can achieve, and this is what we have achieved. We actually have the app up and running. It's not in its, we're not ready to launch it yet, but I've been personally using it for weeks, and it's been a tremendous convenience for me not having to flip between apps. So that's one way that we use the XRP ledger, and that's as your identity within the app. That means that we don't require you to share with us your personal information. Number one, we don't want it. Number two, we won't even want to put ourselves in that risk category either.
Sure.
So we're giving more power to the user. And also adds a layer of privacy as well, because you can spin up any address and use it anonymously for communications. The second way we use the XRP ledger is as a payment processing system. So we don't take credit cards because, again, that's another risk category there that we're trying to eliminate. We don't feel like we need people's credit card information. I certainly don't. So we use the ledger for that purpose, for payments processing. And the way that works is the TextRP app works on a pay-as-you-go model.
Sure.
So you would basically purchase some messaging credits prior, and we're talking about very nominal fees. 50 credits would net you around 25 up to 2,500 messages within the app, and that comes to about $3. So it's a very nominal cost for the convenience that you're getting and the extra value. We use end-to-end encryption, and that is done through the Matrix protocol, which is one of the strongest protocols out there. It's used by the German healthcare system. It's used by many municipalities, universities, and corporate enterprises. So it's a very tried and true protocol for end-to-end encryption. And then the third way that we use the XRP ledger, which is the most exciting for me, is the fact that we are able to integrate NFTs into our messaging platform in a new way that has not been seen before. Now, you may see these projects come up on the ledger that are NFT projects, but I think that you could agree that for the most part, based on the limitations that we have with regulations and technology, they're to seem a little cookie cutter based on what
Pretty much.
they
Yeah.
actually do. And so, what we're doing here is something that has not been seen before. We are taking existing NFT projects and we are able to integrate them into the TextRP platform to give even more utility to those tokens. So, imagine holding a project NFT, and when you log into TextRP, you'll have access to, say, for example, a customized theme or a customized sticker set that belongs only to holders of that NFT
That's
token.
sick.
But unlike, now you may be familiar with custom stickers through Discord or Telegram,
Yeah.
but there's a problem there. When you use one of those stickers, they stay in that channel. You can't move them out of there. But with TextRP's unifying features, you can actually move that sticker out anywhere. So you could send a branded NFT project sticker to your cousin who has no idea what crypto is,
Wow.
you know,
That's
because you're
awesome.
sending to them through another channel. So what this does for NFT projects, it really opens up their brand to a wider world, not just to that silo of the crypto space and much even smaller, the XRP space. So it really puts a voice out there, really spreads their brands, and it fills that gap between Web 2 and Web 3. And we
Definitely.
have other features that
Yeah,
are
you guys have a
available with.
lot going on and so much to
Yeah,
dive
yeah.
into. I've got so many questions laid out for you. And you already answered the first one, and that was the inspiration. And I assume the inspiration was that message that you received from your grandma on Facebook, as well as the messages you received on LinkedIn, not being able to identify those messages sooner rather than later. and that could have helped prolong. That could have just helped with a lot of different things. But I assume that's where the inspiration initially came from. And my next question would really be based off of what you've already explained. So, if we had like a blackout event and the power's completely wiped, would you still be able to message through this platform?
I guess it would depend on what kind of blackout we're talking about.
Like no
If there's a
cellular
complete
data, no Wi-Fi, nothing, just straight messages. Is it possible, or is that something that you're not aware of or sure of?
it probably would not be possible because
Got
we do depend on electricity. But actually sometimes joke that the Matrix protocol is so open to bridging communication standards from any messaging platform. Now, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to bridge your WhatsApp, your Discords, your Twitters, all in one inbox. And it is so open that I often joke that I think we could probably work a way to tie in a can and a string to your phone and make it work. But
cool.
of course, to all joking aside, when it comes to these kinds of technology, unfortunately, we do depend on electricity at the
Yeah,
very least and some
unfortunately.
kind of connectivity.
There are some cases where the chains are so decentralized where you don't necessarily need to send transactions with electricity, which in some cases that can be valuable. And I feel like we'll get to the point where messaging will get to that same case. And I feel like it also probably is a standard in some ways currently with maybe politicians, people like that who are high up enough to necessarily need some sort of messaging system like that. That's
Yeah.
off topic, but I'd love to get into the tech aspects now.
It does go into our strategy. Our overall strategy is to always innovate. What the TextRP today is not going to be the TextRP that you see a year from now.
Sure.
And I often say the analogy of the iPhone. If you remember when the iPhone first came out, there was no app store, there was no video.
There's barely
The best you had was a map. Okay,
yeah.
great, but look where the iPhone is today. And so our strategy is to get to market, start layering this utility onto the XRP ledger, building a user base, and then working from there to innovate. Because we do see technologies out there that decentralize more of the computing power and more of the database structure. So we're always looking at those kind of innovations because the more we can decentralize, the less of a risk factor we put upon ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to ask now, how does TextRP harness the transformative potential of DLT, distributed ledger technology, and integrate it with the XRPL?
Yeah, so it goes back to the three methods that we use the XRP ledger for. Now, oftentimes when it comes to the XRP ledger, we often think of cross border currency exchange as the main utility, and this is where I come in and I'm like, okay, we're going to change that around a little bit. Okay, we're going to add to that. We're going to add communications capabilities, and we're only starting with the XRP ledger. From there, as you can tell, there's the issue of side chains coming up. Those chains are going to need some way to cross communicate as well. And our protocol it does allow for federations. As we spin up new servers for and layer other blockchains, those will actually be able to communicate with each other. So you'll be able to say it's some future, and this is hypothetical, not alpha,
Yeah.
but just hypothetical. I'll give such a hypothetical it probably may never happen. If we ever layer Ethereum, you would be able to then have an XRP address be able to communicate with an Ethereum address
Nice.
and vice versa.
That's
Yes, that's how we
very
leverage
cool.
DLT.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'd love to know now more of the NFT aspects, like you mentioned before. What are the NFT enabled features, and how do they differentiate TextRP from traditional messaging platforms?
Okay, yeah, I love that because we actually don't call our NFTs. We're actually trying to get away from that term because we feel it's been a little bit overplayed and it's too generic for what we're trying to do. We call them feature packs because that's what they do. It's the purpose that they serve.
Sure.
So we treat our feature packs as personal digital rights management or PDRM. So it's a way for users to to activate and enable the features that they want within the app by simply holding the feature packs in the wallets that they need. What this does, it allows for a customized messaging experience within the app. For example, not everyone is a user of Discord. So why even have that feature if you don't need it? But what if you happen to hold that feature pack? You just no longer choose to use Discord. In that case, we empower the user through those feature packs. Now they can take that portable digital and they can sell it on the secondary market if they don't choose to use it anymore. So you have that ability of customizing your experience while at the same time hanging on to that value that experience has. And then there's two options actually. You'll be able to take that feature pack, and if you don't want it, you could try to trade it on the secondary market, or you could actually redeem it back to the platform. That's what we consider an NFT token burn in the XRP ledger space. In other words, you burn that token and then you can earn more messaging credits that way, as opposed to purchasing the messaging credits. So it just gives users that choice, that power to take their features. If they want to use them, great. If not, they can choose what they want to do with that feature. And it gives them that ecosystem that gives them a little bit of more power to it's like what we strive for in the Web3, to give more users more power that they can have over the platform that they're
Yeah.
using. So that's one way that we're doing that. And of course, there's the NFT integrations that we're having with other NFT projects. So that's going to be great. We have communities that are NFT gated or public. They can be also just plain old private. But yeah, we have some partnerships coming up where we're going to be providing communications infrastructure to certain events coming up, certain environmental minded events and educational events as well. So
Nice.
we're really happy about what we've got going on. And as I alluded to before, our app is running. I built the prototype in 2022, and since then we have come a long, long way. Unlike many projects, not all of them, but many do offer up a token, some sort of token that you buy into, and they use that to raise the funds
Yeah.
to then build some kind of app or utility that they've promised. I come from the crypto space. I know what bothers me about projects, and I took painful steps to avoid all those same pitfalls that other projects have done. For example, number one, we do not have a native token. I don't see that there's a need for our
Yeah.
native token.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
in fact, it actually detracts from the mission of increasing the utility for existing ecosystems. So instead of building our own token and just adding to the noise, we're building like a symphony, all the existing assets out there already, and just layering more utility on top of them.
That's a smart approach. You want to go for the best bang for your buck in my eyes, and you don't want to not necessarily provide the wrong values. Providing a coin to the ecosystem, it might not be the worst thing, or it could potentially be a better thing for you. But being hesitant on that approach, considering what we've seen with the Ripple lawsuit and their coin XRP, I think that's a much smarter approach just to hold on creating a token itself. That's just been
Yeah.
my perspective on the whole entire token aspects of any sort of NFT project. Like just in this current state of the market, until we have more regulatory clarity on what's an actual viable token source or option.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's any problems with most NFTs, as I believe anything could really be an NFT. We just once again need that regulatory clarity to classify
Mhm.
what's good and what's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's something that I should say that we do have a platform that can also accept existing tokens as payment. So we're working with other ecosystems with respect to that as well.
Nice. I'd love to
Oh,
see
and
more.
you did say something about I also see building a token. As far as our project is concerned, like we're so focused on building, and in that, I personally felt that getting a token involved would muddy the waters, take our focus away from building the app and more into worrying about tokenomics and all that entails. Will there be a token in the future? We're open to that, but at the moment, we don't really have plans. We just really want to bring utility to existing tokens, starting with XRP, of course.
Yeah. And there also are other ways of implementing a token into the ecosystem. If it's like a no
Mhm.
value token, it only holds value within the TextRP platform. That is one
Yes.
concept where they can purchase that token with, say, XRP, USDC, things like that. And then it's only accessible through the platform, nowhere else. You can't bring it to another
Right.
platform or anything like that. But I'd love to dive more into communication aspects now. How do you bridge the gaps between different platforms and unify the conversations?
Okay, yeah. So our platform uses something called bridges, And bridges are, in essence, just pieces of code that go and we'll pick an example. Let's say Twitter. It will contact the Twitter servers and then bridge those communications over to the TextRP. Of course, it's something that the user has to initiate.
Sure.
So that's we have various bridges. We have at the moment we've built the Twitter bridge and the Discord bridge because those are actually were the hardest ones. So we'll be rolling out the WhatsApp. Yeah, because Twitter has been going through a lot of changes
With their API keys?
recently. Yes. Yeah. We have to look at how best to be able to bridge that, but we figure out a way, and that's great.
I guess it's
And
better to go
so,
with the harder ones first than the easier ones.
yeah. So then after these two, and we'll be rolling those out. So those bridges are available to users as feature packs. So what we do have is now there is a way for users to support and become involved, and that's through our Launchpack NFTs. And
Sure.
that's how we are distributing those features as we roll. So let's talk about the features of communication. So you got your bridges, right? And those bridge your communications into your chat room. Okay.
Sure.
Then you have, excuse me, then you have features such as video rooms, which are fantastic. I can't wait to employ these. These are going to be great for projects that want to have some kind of educational platform because they enable broadcast rooms those can be NFT gated. We have video conference, we have emojis. We mentioned the custom sticker sets. We have those. There's so many use cases, and I actually just want to talk about the latest one that we have, and this is what we really want to do is we have this we're working on our P2P features. So
Nice.
as of now, you're able to have a chat with someone in the room, and because our identities are our wallets, you can just simply hit a button and choose how many XRP to send that person right there within the chat. You no longer have to leave a chat room to go mess with your wallet. Oh, wait, I got to go back. I got to get your wallet address. Can I copy it and then paste it over? Oh, shoot, I timed out. Hold on, let me go back. All that is over. You can be in
Seamless.
the chat, just talking to someone, chatting away, negotiating a deal, hiring someone, whatever it is. It's none of my business. It's end-to-end encrypted. Whatever your use case is for sending tokens, whether it's XRP with it, whether it's any other XRPL token, and soon any NFT, you'll be able to send those right there within that messaging environment.
Nice. That's awesome. I think that's just brings it all together. It just
Yeah.
really brings everything to life, and I love how you really explain things so excitingly. It shows a lot of passion behind your words, and it shows that you actually care about what you're developing, rather than somebody could come on here representing TextRP and just talk really only focused about the technology behind it, and not necessarily show that passion and show that true desire towards seeing it succeed. And that just makes everything, in my eyes, feel so much better.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
So
it's true. I cannot hide my passion for this. It is my passion project. I've been working on this for 18 months plus now, and I've never really and I've only recently gotten on Twitter to announce this was just in at the end of 2022 after I had a prototype. I wanted to have something to show people. So I built that prototype. I showed it around everywhere I could, and it's been a kind of like a one-man operation for a very long time. But recently, we've had some new people come on board. They've seen what I've built. They like what we're doing, and now we've got a team coalescing around this project, and we're just getting ready to launch here in just mere weeks and not months.
nice. That's awesome. I'd love for you to now to really elaborate more on TextRP's NFT integration subsystem, and what are some of these projects that you soon will integrate into this?
Yeah. Okay. So we have already lined up, I believe, 11 projects that have seen our vision and see what we can do for them. And we're going to phase in our integrations with them. But our first one is going to be those custom sticker sets that we discussed. But there's going to be so much more. This platform is so open to innovation that we're actually going to have to set up a community of developers
Wow.
because there is so much that can be built that I know that we can't build it all in house. So we're actually going to build a community of developers to come and build on TextRP, whether it's chatbots, whether it's extra features, we can definitely work to integrate those things in. We're going to start with stickers, but a few others along that are coming are, of course, NFT gating. So if you could imagine Discord, how Discord was built for gamers, but the crypto community has adopted it. And there are some features that can be NFT gated, but that's through outside parties. You got to get a developer with a bot that can write you a bot and verify NFTs, and I'll do all that.
Yeah.
TextRP is built from the ground up for that purpose. We'll have communities that you can set up if you're a community manager or your NFT project or a business and you want to set up a special area, a community space within the app, the platform for holders of your token to experience a higher level of engagement. We can do that. We can facilitate that. We're also going to have custom themes, which is great. I love this part because you'll be able to say, for example, you have a project and that project's main color scheme is black and yellow. We can set it up so that holders of that NFT, when they come and log into TextRP, they can choose that matching theme and then and be part of and feel like they're part of that community outside of the community, even into other spaces.
Just additional bonuses. People love those small extra perks that they get. And it's if you go to some sort of small businesses event at a venue in public, you might pick up a sticker, a lanyard, something super small, but it's just the fact that you have that now supporting that small company or business. And it's just super sentimental that you have that as an option. Also, utilizing the XRPL and all the great other benefits that come with it. And I really like how you mentioned the pool of developers that you're soon to form. And I feel as if Zum did that in a way with all these different D apps on the platform now, and it continues to grow. And it's like you need that pool of developers who are all just using their mind in different ways and cultivating different ideas and bringing them all to life pretty much all at the same time. And it's just a really cool thing to see because then it expands the growth of the vision so much more.
And we can draw from a wider pool of developers because we're dealing with communications. So it doesn't have to be strictly XRP developers.
Oh, and
It
it'd
could
be
be a
pretty much
developer.
anybody.
Yeah, it could be someone with just a cool idea, whether it's an instant language translation chatbot, hint, hint. To anything else, games. We could have games incorporated into them. We have people looking into that right now through our use of widgets, which are like frames that can be incorporated within the chat screen. We've got right now things such as we have trading view charts that you can embed into the chat window. We have shared documents, so you can actually collaborate with someone on a
Yeah,
document right there in the chat.
nice.
So we have a lot of great features coming up.
I just thought of this. It wasn't necessarily going to be a question that I was going to ask, but have you looked into any sort of AI integrations with the chatbot and TextRP, or just regarding code and I guess forward thinking, pushing the development of specific sort of utilities and values with AI? Because I guess it'd be able to
Yeah.
produce the code much faster.
Yeah, actually, the best thing about our open platform is that all these already awesome and useful chat AI bots that a lot of people in the space have been creating, and then you see them in Discord, they're doing their thing. A lot of these bots, it's so easy to import them over to TextRP and have them do their thing on our platform. And it doesn't mean that they have to switch, they just simply add. So it's more utility, not less, not different, but more.
Or even just outside of the chatbot sector, just AI, artificial intelligence being able to create code for specific additional benefits. I guess it'd be different D apps inside of TextRP's sort of
Oh, yeah.
ecosystem, things like
Yes.
that. It'd be cool to consider and possibly dive into a little more because AI just constantly continues to evolve on a daily basis. And you constantly see all these new apps in development and all these new unique things that are being created. And it's like, where the heck did this guy think of this? And it's just popping out of nowhere. And it's wow, things are really changing fast.
Yeah, we are an AI enhanced project
Okay,
ourselves.
great
Yeah,
to hear.
we use AI a lot for our organizational side of things, for document management. We do use it often for code as well. Mostly to I'll take some code from my developers. Sometimes they won't comment it enough. So I'm like, oh, I got to copy this, paste it over here, and have it explain it to me a little bit. Yeah, I see a lot of great use cases for
Yeah.
that, and especially again, it's an open protocol. A lot of people can probably spin up some basic AI bots and be able to plug them into TextRP.
I might have to do a little dabbling on that, I'll tell you that. But this has been a great show so far, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time once again, Will, to join me today. And if there's anything else you'd like to say, forward thinking for the vision of TextRP in the near future, by all means, or anything else you'd like to dabble on, I'm open to it.
Sure, sure. If anyone is interested in supporting the project, as I said, I've been going out of pocket this whole time and we're about 80% complete. But I do understand the importance of having a community around the project. And so we do have an opportunity for people to become more involved. And so we do have a limited collection of 5,000 launch packs. Now, these launch packs are very they're part of the overall business strategy. Actually, the holders of the launch packs are the ones who will be able to access our closed beta when we launch. So we're going to have a period of time where we're going to be operating the app under a closed beta, and only launch pack holders will be able to access that app during that time. Also, for all launch pack holders, as we roll out new features that are NFT enabled, we'll be airdropping those features to the launch pack holders because they're actually part of our feature distribution model. So we're airdropping those features to Launchpad holders on a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning that most users will only require one feature pack for their personal use, maybe another one for business use, and
Sure.
any others extras they can either burn for additional credits or sell them on the secondary market. In essence and in effect, turning those who really take advantage of that situation to become like feature resellers within the Web3 space. It's not a form of passive income; it's definitely an active income. But you can find yourself in possession of many features that people want.
Yeah.
So we have that. And also, launch pack holders will be receiving a special NFT feature pack, which is a lifetime subscription that will entitle them to 600 messaging credits per year, plus all sorts of other upgraded features. And so we talked that. Oh, and also the chat rewards. Once we go into a more sustainable environment, we're actually going to launch a chat rewards program where 10% of the in app revenue will be allocated to a reward pool. And then that will be that, and holders of Launchpack holders will be able to claim a share of that launch pool based on the number of launch packs that they hold. That's the kind of utility that we've embedded into those launch packs. There's only 5,000 of those available. If anyone wants to support the project and become involved, they can do it like that. They can also join us in Twitter at TextRPSMS. And I won't be revealing the website just yet because it's just coming up in a few weeks, and
Sure.
it'll be everything out there. But we have our link tree in our Twitter homepage there.
Yes, I'll be dropping that down below. Thank you once again for taking the time to join the Alt Kings podcast. This has been a great episode. And ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this podcast, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next episode. Peace.
Thank you, Tate. Thank you, everyone.